Hello Palmer Academy, this is Mr. Suarez Mishra again and welcome to my living room. I hope everyone is feeling great and that you're happy and that you're all safe. Also, I really hope that you're looking forward to today's lesson. Now, if we were all back in school, okay, and if the world situation was different, we would be doing gymnastics this term. So, in our lesson today, we are going to be looking at jumping, okay, and it will link back to some gymnastic terms that we have done previously in our learning at school, okay. We'll be looking at the 5 different types of jumps, okay, and these jumps can link to gymnastics, but they also can link to lots of different other sports. And then the lesson, we'll go over the 5 different types of jumps, but then we will also do 3 challenges just to have a bit more fun with timer, so then you can have a practice at home, or if you're at school, you can practice at school too. Ready? We're going to do a warm-up first. Okay, for today's warm-up, we're going to do a jumping warm-up. Okay, so the first thing I would just like you to do, okay, is just do some ankle rolls. Go one way, go the other, change your feet, go the other way, shake your legs, maybe just do a couple of lunges, so remember knees bent at 90 degrees, come back up, just a few more. Okay, a few squats, remember feet planted, keep your bottom, if your back is straight. Okay, now we're going to do some jump here, so we're quite high intensity, okay, so we're going to do 2 feet jumps, forward and backwards, then to the side, and then we'll do some hopping, okay, on both feet. So when I change my feet for hopping, you just do the same. And we might do some 1 foot to 1 foot jumps as well. Okay, so I'll put the music on, roughly lasts about 3 to 4 minutes, and let's see how we do. Foot to 1 foot. So ready? what's happened to the music there? Oh, it's come back. Sorry, so ready, 1 foot to 1 foot. Make sure you're balancing. Some of you might want to go quicker. And let's go 1 foot to 1 foot, forward and backwards. So. Change your feet. So which one goes forward and which one goes backwards. And then we just try and do a square. So ready? Achieve balance. And then back to forward and backwards. Okay? And sideways. And then hop in. Change. Okay. So our ankles, knees, hopefully we found our balance, okay, for the rest of the lesson. I see you back here for just going over the 5 different types of jumps before we do our challenge work. Hello, Department Academy. Now, what we're going to do now is just go over the 5 different types of jumps. Now, all of you would at some point at the Department Academy would have done a lesson on the 5 different types of jumps. Now, these jumps can be used in gymnastics, okay? They can be used in any other sport. So, for example, you might use them in football when you're going to jump up and try and head the ball. You might use these when you're in swimming and you might be on the edge of the pool and you want to dive into the pool. A lot of you have been using these different types of jumps in your indoor athletics lessons for your standing long jump or your standing triple jump. Again, there are so many different types of sports. Anyone else think of any other sports that we use jumping in? Yeah, that's another one. Basketball, when people jump up for a shot, okay, or netball, when you maybe like trying to block someone. Okay, there's lots of different sports that we can use our jumping with. Now, the 5 jumps. Now, what will happen is I'll just go over a jump, and then we will just do a 30-second practice of the jump using the timer. Please be careful, okay, if you are in a room with someone else, that you don't jump into each other, okay. Please use the space that you have got in a sensible way, okay. Remember, always on the balls of your feet, okay. Make sure you're bending your knees. If you need your arms out to balance, okay, you can control your own balance, okay. If you are going to go faster, that's fine. If you're going to go slower, again, that's great as well. Just make sure you go at your own speed. Now, the first jump, okay, is 1 to 1. Okay, so what that means is we start on a 1 foot and then we land on 1 foot. But for this jump, we're going to go 1 to 1, but we're going to use the same foot. Okay, and we did a lot of these jumps in the warm-up. So can anyone remember what 1 to 1 is using the same foot? What do we think? Give you a clue. Yeah, that's right, it's called hopping, okay? So what we're going to do, we jump off 1 foot and land on the same foot, okay? And that is called hopping. So we're just going to do some hopping. If I say change, I just want you to change your foot and use your other foot to hop, okay? Make sure you're using the space, make sure you're balancing, okay? So we're going 1 foot to 1 foot, but we're only using the same foot. And if I say change, try and use your other foot. And we're just going to jump around for about 30 seconds and then we'll stop. Okay? Ready? Let's go. Just practice hopping. You go in different directions, that's okay. Change. So you might use your weak foot. Just hopping around. Change. You might want to go side to side like we did, forward, backwards, change. Excellent. Okay, so we've just done our hop in there. Okay, so it's time to go back. Now the next one we're going to do is staying with the 1 foot to 1 foot, but this time, so we'll do 1 foot to 1 foot, but this time we're going to start on 1 foot, but then we're going to land on another foot. Okay, so start on 1 foot, land on another foot. So that's 1 to 1, but different feet. Okay, who can remember what that is called? What is 1 to 1, but landing on different feet? It's not hopping. What do you think that's called? Yeah, that's right. It's called leaping. So we're going to start on 1 foot, leap, and when you land, I want you to try and land on that foot and stay balanced. You might leap again. Okay. Stay on that 1 foot. Then we're going to look around. Stay on that 1 foot. Okay. So we do 1 to 1, but we start on 1 foot and we land on the other foot. We don't put our foot down, we stay balanced and we try and do another leap. Okay? Again, using the space, try to be sensible, don't go into anyone else or any other objects around the room. Okay, 30 seconds, we're going to try on 1 to 1, but starting on 1 foot, landing on a different foot and leaping. Ready, go. Make sure you balance. Keep going. Okay, so well done for that one. Now, number 3. Let's go with yes. So this one is 2 to 2. So we start on 2 feet, then we land on 2 feet. Okay, and we do this jump quite a lot. Now, we did it in the warm-up. A lot of you do it in the standing long jump that we do every year in your indoor athletics lessons, but also at the end of the year when we do our events for the sports day. So, again, 2 feet to 2 feet. You can either do a longer 2 feet to 2 feet, or for some of you, you just might want to almost like bunny hopping around the room, okay? So 2 feet to 2 feet, okay? If you want to do a mixture of longer jumps and shorter jumps, that's okay, okay? Whatever you feel like is okay. Ready? 30 seconds, starts now. Make sure you bend your knees. You may need to thrust your arms if you go for a longer jump. We'll do some shorter jumps now. 2 feet to 2 feet. A longer one. Short jumps. Try different jumps out. 2 feet to 2 feet. Excellent. Okay, the next one, so number 4. Kind of like what we do in the hopscotch, but we're just going to break it down a little bit more. So, we are going to start on, let's say, 2 feet and land on 1 foot. So we're going to start on 2 feet, jump up, and land on 1 foot. Now, when you land on 1 foot, make sure that you are balanced. So I jump up, land on 1 foot, then I put the other foot back down to restart that jump. So again, so watch, on 2 feet, jump, land on 1 foot, knees bent, arms out to balance, get your foot down again, I land on that 1 foot, put your foot back down again, okay, to restart the jump. Okay, let's have a go at this one. So 2 to 1, so 2 feet to 1 foot landing. Let's go. Now restart my jump again. I like landing on my right foot. For a challenge, I might land on my left foot because I'm right-footed, okay? Oh, did I put it wrong? Cool. Now, if you want to pause the button at any time to have more practice of these jumps, please go back and have a bit more practice. That is fine. Now, the next one, okay? Last one is going to be 1 foot, but we're going to land on 2 feet. Now, a lot of you are going to know, when you're standing triple jump, you need to do this, okay? So, we're going to start on 1 foot, so we're going to land on 2 feet. So, for example, I lift my leg up that I'm not going to use for the start. I jump forward, and I land on 2 feet. Then I lift my leg up again, and I land on 2 feet. Okay, so you need to make sure you get your starting position correct. So, start on 1 foot, jump, land on 2. Start on 1 foot, jump, land on 2. Okay? Doesn't matter which foot you start on, whatever's comfortable for you, you might want to do a mixture. Okay, so ready? 1 foot, land on 2 feet. Let's go. Make sure I'm bending my knees, arms out to balance. Very good, partner. Now, again, like I said, if you want to go back and practice the jumps before we go on to our first challenge, that's great. Okay, remember, 1 foot to 1 foot, landing and jumping from the same foot is a hop. Starting on 1 foot and landing on another foot is a leap. 2 feet to 2 feet. Then we have 2 feet to 1 foot, and then we have 1 foot to 2 feet. Okay? They're the 5 basic jumps that we all need to know, and we use these in a variety of sports. Okay? Now I'll see you back here for challenge 1. Hello, partner. Now, welcome to challenge 1. Now, for today's challenges, this is what you'll need. Again, you'll need your safe space or safe area to use. Okay, so make sure that you don't have anything in the way when you're jumping. Okay, I've got my 1 minute timer up on my screen. Again, you may have a stopwatch or a watch, or just looking at a clock and just watching a second hand go around. It's up to you. Okay, or you might have someone else there to help you. Okay, now we need to have something to jump over as well. Now, for today's lesson, it's really up to you on what you've got at home as what you can use as your obstacle. Okay. Now, what I've got placed on the floor are lots of my own ties. Okay. So I've got lots of different coloured ties that I'm using, and I've just put them on the floor. Now, I'm not expecting you to have any ties yourself. You might have 1 or 2, so you might have to go ask your parents or carers if they've got any ties. If you haven't got any ties, you might have some cones that you can just put in a line, okay? Or, you know, some of you might be at school as well, so you might just get some rulers and then put them in a line, like so, okay? That could be your obstacle that you need to jump over. Or you might have a towel, you know, you might have quite a few towels at home, you can just roll them up in a line, okay? Place them on the floor, that could be your obstacle. Or even, you know, you might have some socks, okay? I know we use these a lot for the sock balls, but you might get 1 sock, place them on the floor, like so, like a line. That might be your obstacle. Or, you know, we were using toilet paper in the last lesson, you might just get a strip of toilet paper and tear it at one end, put it on the ground, okay? And that could be your obstacle, okay? So, you can get any piece of equipment to be your obstacle, just make sure it's safe, and that if you do land on it, if you do slip, just be a little bit careful. Now, for the first lesson, we're going to be having a ladder set up. So you can see here, I've got 4 rungs on my ladder. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I've just got some starting cones, just telling me where I need to start. Okay. Now, for this event, we're going to be jumping over each of the ladder sections. Okay. And when I get to the end, I'm going to run back to the start and again do my 4 jumps over. Now, for example, this is what it would look like. So I'm going to start off with my 2 feet, the 2 feet jumping. Okay, so as I start in my gate, I go 1, 2, 3, 4. I run back, come back to my gate, 1, 2, 3, 4. Every time I jump over the ladder section or the rung, okay, and I don't touch it, and I get back to the beginning, that will be 1 point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, go back around to the gate, that's 1 point. I need to see how many I can do in 1 minute. Okay, so I'm going to start the timer, I'm going to give it a go. Remember, when I'm jumping, 2 feet, jumping, landing on 2 feet, got my knees bent, my arms out to balance, okay. I'm being careful of the surroundings, but I try to do it quickly because I want to try and get my highest score. Okay, at home, please count how many I do. If I forget, then at least I know you're going to get it right for me. So, I'm going to start off with my 1 minute timer. Okay. How many do you think I'm going to do? Right. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. See, I wasn't going to finish there. Lost my rope. So, just going to put that back to the beginning. So I think I got 11. So what you need to do now is pause the video and have a go. Oh, I got a drink. So what you need to do now is pause the video and have a go at that activity. Now you can decide the distance between each of your ladder rung. Okay, it's up to you. You can add some more in if you want to make the challenge harder. Now, otherwise we're going to go to the next part of this challenge. So for the next one, instead of doing 2 feet to 2 feet, we're going to do 1 foot to 1 foot, but the same foot we're going to use, okay? So we're going to do hopping. So if you'd like to watch again, start off at my starting gate, I hop, I run back. When I get to the gate, I'm going to change my feet. So this time I'm going to go for my left one, run back, change my feet, go to my right one, come back, and then go to my left one. And exactly the same rules. Okay, exactly the same rules. 1 minute timer, got to see how many we can do. Right, so the last one I got 11 for 2 feet to 2 feet. So I think for hopping, I'm going to try and get the same maybe, get 11, 10. Okay, now, okay, so get yourself ready. Let's have a go. So there you go. Start on my right foot. That's number 1. Left foot. Number 2. I'm looking at where I'm going, I'm balancing. Number 3. Number 4 from my left. 5. 6. 7. Ooh. 8. 9. Try and get 10. 10. Might have time for 11. Okay, so I've got 11. So again, your opportunity now to stop the video and have a go at doing it with hopping this time. Okay, so the next part of the ladder challenge is this. So we're going to have a combination of jumps. So we are going to do the hopscotch kind of jump. So remember, and that was when we did the, I think it was number 4 and number 5 jumps, 2 feet to 1 foot, or 1 foot to 2 feet. This time, I'm going to add them together, okay? So when you're doing your hopscotch, doesn't matter which, if you start on 2 feet or 1 foot, I'm just going to start on 2. So you jump, 1 foot, 2, 1 foot, 2, run back to the beginning, and start the process again. Okay, then run back to the beginning. Now I know I've seen everyone in the playground do hopscotch at one point in their life, okay, at the primary academy. And a lot of you who've done a standing triple jump with me, this action of doing the hopscotch, okay, nearly the same as what you do in a standing triple jump. Okay, so again, 1 minute timer, hopscotch. Okay, remember adding number 4, number 5, those jumps that we did together, and we're going through, then we come back again, okay? Are we ready? So I need to try and get 11 to match my standard, okay, my expectations. You might have your own challenge to go for, okay? So count how many I do. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. Okay, I think I got 12. I'm not sure. I think I might have forgotten or was really concentrating on the activity. Now, though, it's your time to have a go. So pause the video, have a go. You might want to have more than one go. If you've got someone else in your room, like your parent or your carer, or someone at school, or your brothers and sisters, you might want to challenge each other, who can do the best, time each other. Okay, but that is the end of challenge 1. Now, if you did want to make it more difficult, you can change types of jumps, add more runs, increase the distance so that you have to run back. You might want to jump, you might want to come to the end. So for example, you might do 2 feet, turn around, and jump back. You could do that, or you could do, and then jump backwards. Or you might want to do jumping 2 foot one way, then come back doing the hops. There's so many different variations that you can think of, okay? So you can make this as difficult or as easy as you want to. If you want to make it easier, you can take away a ladder section. It's entirely up to you, okay? But I'll see you back here for challenge 2. Hello Palmer Academy. So welcome back to challenge 2. So for challenge 2, all that I have done is that I have got 2 ties. Okay, remember all the other bits of equipment that I said you could use, and I've just made a box, okay, or a cross. Okay, I've just made a cross on the floor. Now you can see with the cross there are four openings or 4 parts. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now what we are going to do when we're jumping into the different parts of the cross or the square, I'll call it that. Okay. Now with this challenge we have to jump in different directions. Okay. Different directions. So with the ladder challenge we were just going backwards. No, we were just going forwards, and then I'll show you the variations that you could go backwards. For this one we need to go around into each section. Okay, now to do this, okay, this is what the first one will look like. So we're going to start with our 2 foot to 2 foot jumps. Okay, now every time I jump into a section, okay, that is 1 point. Okay, so for example, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll jump into 4 sections, so that is 4 points. Okay, and just go around in a circle. Now, the type of 2 foot jump you want to do is up to you. So I'm just going really simple. As I jump, I'm having a little bit of a twist. I land in the next one, so I'm having a little bit of a twist. Okay, some of you might jump, shuffle round, jump, shuffle round, jump, shuffle round. Okay, some of you might do that. Some of you might jump, you might twist the other way. Okay, to make sure you're ready for your next jump. Some of you might do this side jump, forward jump, side jump, then a backwards jump. I don't really mind what you choose, but it must be a 2 foot to 2 foot jump. Now for this challenge, I'm going to see how many points I can get in 30 seconds. Okay, in 30 seconds. Now remember, on your toes, bending your knees, arms out there for balance. You go at your own speed, you choose your target. I'm going to have a go first. If you can count for me, I'll try and count at the same time. So 2 feet to 2 feet. I think I'm going to go just a normal looking, where are we going, okay? So I'm just going to go, I'm just going to go around in a circle. Yeah, but again, you can change it up. It's up to you to change the challenge if you want to. Right, 30 seconds. Starts now. Okay, so I stopped the timer there. I'm pretty sure that I got about 42, 41, 42. So, let's put that timer back. Okay, so, I think I got about 41, 42. I did change my style and how I jumped just to give you an example. Okay, so what I'd like you now to do is to pause the button, have a go, either try to beat your score a couple of times. Maybe you've got someone else in the room with you that you can have a challenge with. You might want to come up with your own rules about the 2 foot jumps, because I did do some backward jumps down and the sidewards. It's entirely up to you. So pause the video now and have a go at that. And then when you come back, we'll go into the next jump, but I'm just going to go straight on and tell you the next challenge for this one. So again, we were doing 2 to 2. Now we're just going to do hopping, okay, around. So again, every time I land in a space, that is 1 point. So I'm just going to hop. Okay. I'm not, in this challenge, I'm not going to change my feet. So if I jump with my right foot, I won't change halfway through to my left one, okay? You must stay on the same foot, because otherwise we go from 1 to 1, then we go to a leap, okay, with different feet. So you stay with your right foot. You then might want to, afterwards, have a go on your left foot to see if it's any different, because some of you might be right-footed or left-footed and stronger on one side than the other, so you might want to see if there's any difference there. But again, we've got 30 seconds on a timer. Right, let's have a go. So, 30 seconds for myself. So just wait to go. 1 foot hopping, ready, go. Oh, that's my knee going there a little bit. So I think I got about 34, 35. Again, pause the video, you have a go, see how many you can do in each round. You might want to try your right foot or your left foot, like I said before. It's up to you, or have a competition with anyone that's in your room. So the next one we're going to do is, so the next one we are going to do, instead of just doing 1 foot for the next challenge, okay, on the cross, we're going to do the hopscotch. So ready? Again, 1 foot to 2 to 1 to 2 to 1 to 2 to 1 to 2. Okay, so exactly the same rules. Every time you get a different section, it is 1 point. Okay, but this time we're going to do the hopscotch method, 1 to 2 or 2 to 1. You can just it's up to you how you want to start. So again, 30 seconds. Let's have a look at how many I can do. So I'm thinking I'll try and go for about 30. What do you reckon I'm going to get? What do you think I'm going to get? Sorry. Well, I'll try and get 30. Okay. If I beat 30, I'll be happy with myself. Right. Start on 1 foot. Good. Yeah. So I've got about 35 there. Okay, so again, sorry, my laptop is telling me that it's running out of battery. So about 35, I got there, 34, 35. I think I made a mistake at the end, so I can't really count that. So again, pause the video. You can have a go, you can change it. You might want to make another cross somewhere, you go to over there, do 1 cross, then come back to the other cross. Lots of variations. You could probably use your imagination to think of. Now, we're going to have, we've already did the challenge. You can change the timer. You change the duration. You might want to go for 1 minute instead of 30 seconds. But we've got one more challenge. Okay, we've got challenge 3. And that's where you get to be a little bit creative. So I'll see you back here for challenge 3. Hello partner. Now, for challenge 3, this is where you can get a little bit creative. Now, I'm going to do some jumps in combination. Now, in gymnastics, we do some jumps in combinations, okay? In other sports, you might have to do it as well. For example, again, the standing triple jump, we have to do jumps in combination. So we add maybe a 1 foot to 1 foot, so a 2 foot to 2 foot, and so on and so on. Now, for this, I'm going to add the ladder section and the star section, or the cross section, together. Okay, so I'm going to have my 1 minute timer up on the board. Now, you can have as many variations of this as you like. Now, if you're at home, you can create something new. You could go the cross, then a ladder, and maybe another ladder. You could just have 3 crosses and a little bit of a ladder section. It's entirely up to you. You can be as imaginative as you want to. Now, the type of jumps that you can do, again, you can do the hopping, you can do the 2 jump to 2 jump, you can do the hopscotch through it all, or you might do 2 jump to 2 jump, 2 feet to 2 feet, sorry, and then do the hopscotch on the cross. It is entirely up to you. For my example, I'm going to do 2 foot to 2 foot to 2 foot, and then hop in the cross, and then run back. When I get back to the starting cones, that will then give me 1 point. Okay? But again, you can come up with any variation that you want. This is your chance to be really, really creative. Okay? So I'm going to have a go at this one, count how many points I get. So again, 2 feet to 2 feet. When I get to my cross, I'm going to do 1 foot, then I run back to the beginning. Okay? This is just my creation that I've done for my kind of obstacle course or assault jumping course. Okay? I've got a snazzy new timer on the board. Okay? So it's just a radial timer. So there's 10 rings, and when they disappear, that's when the timer has finished. Okay? Right. So let's see how I do. Okay, now for this I'm going to have to really concentrate a lot, because I'm going to have to go from different jumps. I'm going to go for 4 jumps around the circle, and I have to do some running as well. Okay, so really, really highlight high levels of concentration here. Right, let's go. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 4. I think I can count that once I move it. 8. 10. So now I would like you to pause the video, have a go at your own, come up with something really creative, something that's going to really challenge you. You might make it really long, you might have more crosses, more ladder sections. It's entirely up to you. Let's see what you come up with. Again, it's been a really, really great PE lesson with you today. Remember those 5 jumps that we did, 1 to 1, same foot, jumping and landing, 1 to 1, jump with 1 foot, land on the other, 2 to 2, 2 to 1, and then 1 to 2. Again, if you have taken any pictures or videos of you doing your PE lesson today, please send it in to your teacher. I'd love to see them. And thank you. And I'll see you next week again for your next PE lesson. Bye-bye.